everybody. Today I will do predictions for all star signs, all sun signs, general prediction from the 15th of April till the end of April. And I've chosen to do the reading in a different way for the middle of April to the end of April for all sun signs. Remember, this is a general prediction, will not resonate with everybody, but if you want a private session with me, then please go to my website, mariettatjennissen.com. We're starting with Capricorn. Capricorn is at the moment moving forward, maybe away for a weekend, or maybe just forward to a different destination, or traveling. And then by the 20th around, there is a situation where Capricorn needs to make a sacrifice, needs to surrender. There cannot be action. There is also a message that comes through via email or text message where you will not know what to do. Be very cautious not to jump to conclusions, as we also have Mercury retrograde till the 25th of April in Aries, which actually says take a step back, rest, mull it over, relax about it, because what then comes into going into May is going forward and having to really know that you need to take the leadership role for victory, but also keeping everything very balanced and keeping very alert and very focused, knowing also that you need to put your eyes on a goal and that you're very protected and guarded, and that you can ask your angels for any kind of support. This then for Capricorn. The next is Aquarius. Aquarius, let's have a look what the middle of April till the end of April has in store for you. Of course, Pluto, the planet of huge transformation, has just moved into Aquarius, which means that we're also going into an age of AIs, new technology, much more alternative thinking, a lot of new technology, a lot of new science and new researchers, and that all in a positive way. We as human beings are still in a process of developing into thinking differently, acting differently, and we need to realize that it's very important to have a balance between the city world, the nature world, and the digital world, because if we get one, just put focus on one of those three, we will not be balanced. Aquarius at the moment, do be very careful not to just steal yourself away from a situation like a thief at night, or that at the moment you feel betrayed and you're going into a new beginning with a leap of faith and most likely be a very mature king or queen, but going because your feelings are sort of more towards compassion, helping the needy, being kind, being gentle, and that there will be enough money. There will be enough money for Aquarians in the middle of the month till the end of the month. Maybe take also a short trip or be close to water so that you can feel the energy of water and going with the flow, because Aquarians are very much in their mind and very, at times, very much hard and logical and analytical, but not really in their hearts. Try and have a balance between your heart and your head, and know that you will have enough to even give to the poor, and that somebody from the past might come into your life for a short visit or for a while. Just be compassionate and do not cut people off. This then for Aquarius, for the middle of April till the end of April. For March, Piscean people. Pisces, of course, at the moment already for years, has Neptune, the planet of confusion, the planet of spirituality, and the planet of betrayal, in a negative sense, is in Pisces, plus Saturn, the planet of restriction, and as a teacher, to learn certain things, most likely through other people, which also says look after your health, learn to go with the flow, don't restrict yourself, but be more open for a new time that we move in as humanity moves forward into the Aquarian age. Let's have a look what is meant for Pisces for the middle of April till the end of April. Pisceans, at the moment, it's very important that you look at order, but also look at being taught by life to take a step back and to be aware of experiences that can lead you to wisdom and making decisions that are more in touch with spiritual guidance and maybe even spiritual advice. What is then there is it all has to do here, most likely because of a woman that tries to be independent and without fear, living her life and trying to also be practical, realistic, and making her own money, where then I see at the end of April to be the card of happy family. Both children and the couple are looking at their home, the castle in the distance. And what is very important is looking at the spiritual guidance or the teaching that you have here in life as a result of a friend or a family member or a daughter, because it's definitely a woman, that will teach you certain lessons or is here to actually shift certain lessons for you so that you can have a happy, contented family. And with that is a rebirth. There is a total rebirth with the Judgment card. The Judgment card says also recovery after very much a time of maybe pain and suffering, maybe a time of destruction and depression and and then suddenly recovery and taking a deep breath and knowing that life is all about death and rebirth. Not death and life, but death and rebirth. And I feel that with this, what is very important is a clear sense of acceptance, being somebody to be wise and experienced enough to bring about a healing, which is this blue stone of turquoise, which brings in healing to all family members, and in general, it will have a ripple effect in the water. In other words, whatever we are doing in a personal line for ourselves even, or our family, which is in the light, will have a ripple effect in the water, and then we are light for the world. This then for Pisces for the rest of the month in April. Now for Aries. Aries for the middle of April till the end of April. Let's see what the cards have in store for you. Aries, you're also dealing with a person who's very mature, very practical, very good with money, but also has to overcome a lot of fears to become the woman of abundance. What is very necessary to look at here is also family, happy families, creating harmony in the family, and having then a rebirth as well, a total recovery, maybe from misunderstandings, but also to know that this is a month for Aries to stay a bit silent, to not react to anything, but to know that actually life from day to day is in perfect order and there is a divine plan. My feeling is, Aries, you need to cultivate more wisdom, more steadfastness, and also more nurturing towards your younger children, or towards your children in general, or towards the younger generation. So step away from selfishness and think in terms of a bigger community, because the rewards that you will reap is protection and also contentment. This then for Aries for the middle of April till the end of April. For Taurus from the middle of April till the end of April. What is most important for Taurus? Taurus goes through a time of huge confusion, not knowing which path to really take, and also a lot of not knowing and seeing shadows and having fears here of unresolved issues. And that actually brings a time of having to rest or illness, where it's very important that you take time out and pray about it, meditate about your path forward, and really give yourself some time out, as most likely your immune system is overtaxed. The energy is very stressful in April, May, June as a result of eclipses, Mercury retrograde, and also Saturn is conjunct Mars in Pisces. And then at the end of April, it seems that you go back to work and start working again, or taking up certain kind of extra studies, or starting a new craft, or deciding to actually work in collaboration with people to build a financial foundation. And then it's that there is happiness and success is covering it. So do not just focus on your depression or confusion or ill health, but look up and see the sun shining and the sun coming up every morning, and the luck or the prosperity you actually have in having children and grandchildren and success, and that life is all about change all the time. I feel that Taurus, when I choose the symbols, also need to really look at what they have brought about, what their creation is from the past. In other words, it has to do with children, and if you're older, with grandchildren, and that you need to break the shackles and you need to break yourself free from the past to have a new beginning where you include family, grandchildren, children in the future for your life, that this is more important than staying stuck or not wanting change, and with that actually putting more and more bondage and entrapment onto yourself. So this has to do with getting yourself out of a fixed, stuck mind and out of a stuck situation where you fear most likely a lot of things and where you haven't resolved a lot, because life is a mystery and you need to recover from ill health here and then start fresh with building new money, new pentacles, a new career, and having in mind that you're actually abundant in all the living energies on earth. If you're surrounded by nature, if you can have a garden, if your children and your grandchildren are well, your pets are healthy, but you need to come through this process of being able to take away the short-sightedness and to move yourself out of the fence into freedom, into a new world, into a new environment, and onto new foundations for yourself and others, to be flexible. This then for Taurians, and now for the twins, Geminis, for the middle of April till the end of April. Gemini, at the moment, you're definitely in a position where you need to take care of yourself. You're also very vulnerable and volatile, and you still carry scars of the past, of being hurt or having gone through a rough ride, where towards the end of April, you have a new beginning which you will celebrate. And a new beginning means that the Magician card is a major arcana, so that's fated that you have all the elements on this Earth planet to actually start fresh. The Magician also has the infinity sign on top, which is like 8 lying on its top or lying on its bottom. And you have the passion, the red color, and you have the coins, the cups, the wands, and the sword to your availability, which means that you need to make use of the energy, don't lose it, and don't abuse it. So be careful with your heart, but focus on a new beginning, which you will celebrate by the end of April, most likely either through a celebration or that you join a family or a celebration, a wedding, or a coming together of family, or that you're just invited to social events, and that you stay clear in your mind to make logical decisions, to stay clear, to stay focused on your goal, to stay focused on today, and that you do not get wrapped up in undecisiveness and scattered mind. This then for Gemini, and what I see here is that it's very important, Gemini. This is a tiger eye that I chose from my symbols, and the tiger eye is always to stay grounded. In other words, take one step at a time, not more, and know that you need to stay grounded and that you need to stay in this world and take action in a positive way so that you can have consequences that are positive, and not that you sort of have no focus, and with that you stay stuck in the past, which you could do if you stay stuck as a victim, instead becoming the victor and a mature individual who knows how to rule his own empire. This then for Gemini, and the tiger eye is very much for the base, the root chakra of knowing to build security in a physical way, financial way, and also staying grounded, doing one thing at a time, because we are not capable of multitasking, but to keep the focus on right in front of you, to do what needs to be done right away, not to lose yourself in the monkey mind. This then for Gemini, and now for Cancer, from the middle of April till the end of April. Cancer, have a look. Let's have a look what is in the cards for you, Cancerians. It seems like Cancerians will have either a payout or a good application of a loan which is being paid out, and then standing on the hill, not knowing what decision to make, because you feel that you have the world as your oyster, and that by the end of April, you will most probably either go overseas or go away for some time, or move onto a new place, or just go away for a short while to get a new insight into your situation, as it seems that there are decisions that are being made against your feelings, or that you feel that a separation is impending, and you feel very heartsore, and you feel quite a lot of loss, and maybe you haven't grieved about the past. My feeling is that you need to know that a lot of hurt comes from the past, that now is the time to actually sort that out. And I feel that it will be a good decision if you also find importance and guidelines in ancient scriptures, and also even the Bible, or the whatever you're believing in, that you have a look into that, or philosophy, religion, ancient scriptures, and even doing some research work for yourself, how to get into healing methods that are ancient and traditional and well proven. This then for Cancer, so be wise with the money that comes in, and first take a decision to get some distance, or take off the money and have a holiday, so that you can heal your heart, or that you can get full circle with a separation or a loss that you had, or that you feel you had. Now for Leo. Leo, from the middle of April to the end of April. you want a private reading with me, which is either via WhatsApp video or Zoom or in person, then please go to my website, mariettatiernison.com. Leo, at the moment, you're very content, you're kind, you're patient, you're looking at this, and it seems that Leo also needs some time to actually sit back and rest and make a decision, not in haste, as April is not the month to move forward for any kind of decision or new business, but rather surrender, ask the conscious universe to be guided what to do next. Have faith, surrender, or make a sacrifice, as at this stage for April, Leo, you need to take a step back. It's also Mercury retrograde, which says to me that you cannot move forward. Mercury is in Aries, which is also a fire sign. So at the moment, stay, surrender, don't take steps forward. Look at the world with different eyes, because from the end of April, you will suddenly move forward very quickly. And the movement will be fast action, and it will be like arrows, knowing its mark. But for the middle from April till the end of April, do not take action, but accept the fact that you need to have some time out, that you need to surrender, that a good new beginning would not make sense and wouldn't be good for you or not positive for you, but that shortly thereafter, there's a lot of clarity, there's a lot of movement, a lot of action, and you will hit your mark, and you will suddenly see how things come in with speed. Stay clear, stay kind, be compassionate, count your blessings, and see the world with different eyes for the sake of humankind and compassion for humanity. This then for Leo. Now for Virgo. Virgo, this is for the middle of April till the end of April. This is a general prediction, not a personal one. Virgo, let's see what the cards show me. Virgo, you start in a position of surrendering, having to have faith in the middle of April, having to look at the world with different eyes. It also says that you need to have the faith by surrendering and making certain sacrifices willingly for a different outcome. But when we make certain sacrifices, we normally have something that is so much more worth to us than before. It also says follow spiritual order, divine order, be in a position where you have spiritual guidance, or that you really follow rules and regulations according to a traditional system, and that you work here with people for the bigger good of everything, as at the end of the month there is a choice, or the focus is on a relationship, and having certain crossroads here and choices here about partnerships or the relationship, and also that these choices include a king, a very mature man of action. So It might also be that you look into partnership with a man who is a man of action, who takes action, who is mature, and that you will feel that you need to fit into this for the sake of making a sacrifice. The stones that I have here have very much to do. There's a shell here that's polished. So it means for me that I think you, as a little shell, are being polished to fit into a certain system where you have old ancient wisdom to actually fit into a tribe and be wise and ancient and an old soul. And this, I feel, in this respect, is more for the heart and the throat chakra to actually bring higher vibrations to your creativity, to standing up for what is good for you, where you make the sacrifice, plus being compassionate and gentle and kind and looking at humanity as a whole, plus making choices here for your relationship, sacrifices for your relationship, and with that, crossroads for working together with somebody of action and mature nature. Now, from the middle of April to the end of April for Libra, the sign of balance and justice and fairness. This then for Libra for the middle of April till the end of April 2023. Libra, it seems like you have in the middle of the month really a lot of success, happiness, joy. The sun is shining, which means that everything is fertile and joyful and blissful, which is often happiness is often of short time, and shortly thereafter it seems like you have either bought a house or you're thinking of getting a loan to buy a house, or you have to pay a mortgage, or you just moved into a house. But be careful not to be a miser and not to go into scarcity thinking because of changes in the world and globally, economically and financially, and all the changes that are taking place with money, currencies, banks, organizations, government. And it will leave you at the end of April very much trapped. But this entrapment is self caused. You cannot see beyond your own trappings. And I would advise that you then rely more on faith or on prayer to ask for guidance so that you can get back into the state of finding your own inner holy grail. In other words, finding the kingdom of God within yourself is very important, because we are not just humans, but we are beings, spiritual beings that walk hand in hand with the universal consciousness. Universal consciousness is our spirit self, and that we experience life as being our breath. Our breath is our life. We don't have a life. And if you come into this state, your cup will flow over of abundance, joy, happiness, and wealth and wellness. Keep on dreaming, but stay alert. When you watch animals, they're always alert because they always have to survive. They know exactly from instinct when to move and when not to move, when to dream and when to be awake. This is the message for Libra today. Stay awake, stay alert, know what to do, when to do it, but do not hesitate when you have to take action and to change your attitude around money and scarcity, and that you do not lose the bigger sight of happiness and wellness and success in a different way, from just looking away from just material point of view to more spiritual and emotional wellness and being. The next reading is for Scorpio from the middle of April to the end of April. I have the feeling that Scorpio has gone through a difficult time of introspection, maybe even depression, the dark night of the soul. And by May, the whole Jupiter-Uranus transit will affect, obviously, as well, also Scorpions, because it takes place in Taurus. So even Taurus and Scorpions are very fixed signs. In other words, those are people that do not like any change. I don't think that humans like change. They would like to have a good situation staying forever, but that would become boring. So Scorpions need to be more flexible, need to be more open to actually realizing that they have to see themselves in the mirror, and not to believe that they are the only ones who are right. They come in the middle of April. They are in a position where they feel poor, they feel abandoned, they feel alone, and they cannot even see the light at the end of the tunnel. They cannot even see that although they're in the snow, there's a warmth around the corner, because they already see the church window being lit, and that they have somebody walking with them, helping them. It also seems that they are stuck in memories of the past, and that obviously brings feelings of melancholy and remembering forever memories, but it's not really living in the now and taking charge of life now. By the end of April, it seems that they are back into being independent, self-sufficient, free, and feeling very much free and independent and abundant, as they have gone through this difficult time of feeling alone, abandoned, isolated, and in melancholy, and remembering the good old times, if we want to see it as such, or of family times that were amazing. Move through that and then let it go. And if you don't know what it means to let go, then you let it be, because that's a decision by the mind. It also seems that here is really some addictions that need to be taken care of, and not staying stuck in feeling scarcity and loss and abandonment, and getting into a martyr's role or victim role with the card of the devil, which stands also for being fixed, not looking at being able to remove the chains around their necks by themselves, but being stuck in the past and not living in the present, and therefore not seeing the good in life, and that change is inevitable and that change is necessary. So, Scorpions, be very aware that your soul needs you to break free, to be more healthy, and remember that a black cat walking over the street is not bad luck, but protection and magic. And that your way of looking at life at the moment does not serve you. And if there are addictions, overworking, overeating, overdrinking, and beware drugging, I hope not, and even sex addictions, any kind of smoking, drinking, overworking, over-worrying is definitely an illness of the future where we will have quite a lot of people that will be staying stuck in their minds and by that developing mental health issues. So look at what's good in your life and that you're protected by your spirit, spiritual being, and by higher consciousness to move with a prayer out of this low frequency, negative surroundings, negative friends, negative habits, out into freedom and independence and free will and choices. This then for November for the Scorpions, and now last but not least for Sagittarian from the middle of April to the end of April. For Sagittarians, Sagittarians, you're starting off with actually holding an opportunity in your hand for some work, then being on crossroads or meeting somebody very important. It's all about relationships, maybe even coming into union within yourself with your yin and your yang, your male side and your feminine side. But it often means choices. And it means maybe even looking at relationships and ending the month by finding solutions and wisdom by going into a stage of more isolation, finding guidance, and through looking into your own intuition and being on your own, meditating, and not really focusing on material stability or anything like that, but finding peace within your own path where you know you have the light in solitude here to find answers for yourself and to be able to be by yourself and not feeling alone as one stage of your life comes to an end before you can start something new. This means that you're also overcoming old battles that you feel, and there might be coming to the surface certain truths and hidden secrets that you find out and that will be revealed. And at the moment, I have the stone of of intuition in my hand. So with your intuition, move through this stage of deepening yourself into finding guidance and deep wisdom by looking for it, by being by yourself, being on your own, which is all one and not alone, and deciding that this stage or this period of your life comes completely to an end, and that it will break your heart, but it needs to be a decision made maybe more clearly through the intuition and the guidance that you receive from generations back, or from universal consciousness, your intuition, that you make choices which way to go, and that it might hurt, but any change hurts. But then thereafter, we're actually in a better place, and you will find contentment thereafter in the new month by being on your own and enjoying day by day, moment to moment. With the crystal here of intuition, you will strengthen your intuition during this time. You will not have clarity till the end of the month, but by the end of the month, you know that this chapter has to be ended. You will be encountering new options, new choices by leaving behind and letting go of the past. This then till the end of April for all the star signs. If you want a private reading, please go to mariettatjennissen.com.